Today we're taking a deep dive into the 7 things you should never do if you want to build a huge audience fast, starting with my number 1 pet peeve, which is filming in noisy places. You might have seen these videos where people are filming in the mall, at the park, at the beach.
Figure out what is truly stopping you and really work through it and get started your channel. Start your channel before this year is over.
On the street, in the city, and unless the noise is actually a main character in your story, in your video, I understand why people are tempted to make videos out in the wild. It may just be that that video is that purple cow that makes your video stand out from all the rest. Or it may be that it's hard to find a quiet spot at home with a calm background, but nothing is more important in the production value of your video than the audio. And you don't want it to end up being too ad-libbed, chaotic, and even rambly. I'm always curious to see what drove the decision to make videos in these noisy locations, and if it isn't absolutely critical to the story of the video, just don't do it. I will click off. And if the viewer clicks off, that ultimately hurts your video and hurts your channel. Audio is an unforgiving mistress. We're here to get value, and remember, a lot of people are actually just listening to YouTube videos these days. If I had to choose between having crappy audio and crappy video, I'm opting for the crappy video. Our ears are too good. They know what good sounds like. To sum this point up, if there is a strong reason to film amongst the noise, consider using a dead cat mic windshield and probably even some kind of denoiser. Speaking of speaking, this leads me to number 2 video crime that many people don't even know that they're doing, and that is using upspeak or uptalk. That's where the person ends their sentences like this. The reason this is a no-no is because if you are ending your sentences with a question mark, which is when our voices inflect upwards, it sounds like you're asking a question. What is good is speaking in a more declarative style. You see the difference? You see the difference. If you use this style of speaking a lot, you'll come across unsure, unconfident, and lacking in conviction. I haven't seen one video where upspeak or uptalk improved the video. So if uptalk or upspeak is bad, what does good look like? Declarative talk is the opposite of upspeak or uptalk, and that's when our sentences end in a downward inflection. Leaders learn to speak this way because it reeks of self-confidence, conviction, self-belief. Would you rather follow someone whose words and actions instill confidence in you, or would you rather follow someone who came across as they actually weren't so sure? The world will be a better place if you vote for me. And a lot of upspeak can actually come across juvenile and uneducated. The question we need to ask ourselves is, how do we want to be perceived? What do you want your brand to sound like and look like? I hear upspeak from a lot of radio DJs between the ages of 20 and 35, and I think the way that they speak can come across quite patronizing, almost a faux curious tone. Which brings me to my next point, which I deliberately pushed down the list, at least number 3, so that you didn't click off as soon as you heard it, and that's the dreaded long intros. By the time you've told them who you are and your channel name and what you post videos about, what time of the day you post videos about, when you post your videos, you've welcomed them here. Welcome everyone else who's never been here. Welcome to everyone who's coming back here again. And welcome to those people who are about to click off, but don't click off because honestly, just any second now, jump straight into the video. Let's dive right in. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. I love people who comment, video starts at 2 minutes 35. Do you love those people? What is not to love about those people? Do you see how much engagement those comments get? Sometimes hundreds of people will comment, "You saved my life, bro. You saved my life, bro." I saw a video recently where the channel had less than 100 subs, and the title of the video was "The Reality of Starting on YouTube Week 10." And they started by saying a whole bunch of stuff, and at 4 minutes 10 they suddenly said, "I want to share with you what I've done this past week. I'm going to make this video really, really quick so we can be done and get on with our lives." How many people clicked off that video before they got into the guts. You know how Sean Cannell says, you got to hit record? I'm going to say, you just got to spit it out. Gone is the tolerance for the long intro. And if you want to risk doing all the hard work that you're doing to do all your research, the yada, putting on the little gothic lipstick and just, in your little finery, a super bajillion, patrillion YouTube videos are loaded up every single day. So we've got a little bit of choice. And the people that just go straight up the guts as fast as possible are the people that are our kind of people, right? I'm interested to know, what's your tolerance for the long intro? Do you have a 5-second tolerance? Do you have a 20-second tolerance? Let me know in the comments. Get to the point. If your video's about 10 things, go hi, one line, point one. Like, that's it, guys. Just don't do the long intros. Skip the long intros. And you know what? I will add a pro tip here. Something happens to our brain, I think, when we press record. We think that we need to sort of like do what we might have seen a lot on YouTube when you are editing your video. Skip all that bit and just get straight into the juicy stuff. I'm telling you, people will compliment the content creator about getting straight to the point. Would you rather them make a comment about your content? Or would you rather have lots and lots of contents because people are just so relieved that finally someone is just delivering the value straight away? Yeah, what would you rather have a comment about? Honestly, I love those people. I will comment. I will give that person their 535th thumbs up. I'm actually one of those bullshit people. I don't do it on my beloved creators because I think it's just a little bit rude. But if it's just a piece of content and I want to help out my fellow brother and sister, video starts at 8 minutes 15. Number 4 is looking off camera. So many people are making videos these days and they're quite, perhaps potentially are reading a script. Is that very engaging when the person's constantly looking off to the side? Or do you prefer something a little bit more natural in delivery? And do you like a bit of eye contact? One of the really big reasons that people come to YouTube is to form parasocial relationships. And I get it. I wish that I was reading my script too, because I've got a bunch of notes here and it would be much, much easier for me and a lot quicker if I just had these off to the side and I could speak nice, neatly and tidily. Now, if you're looking off to the side, just think about a social setting. Do we like it when the person is giving us a certain amount of eye contact? Or is it really okay if they're just on their phone, they're looking down, kind of doing their own thing? If you want to build 1,000 true fans fast, we don't need to stare the person out. Eye contact is powerful, and if you didn't realize how powerful eye contact is, I did think of the example just before I made this video, and think about the tantric sex practices that I've read about it, and where they're saying to look each other in the eye, non-stop eye contact, hours and hours of eye contact, and then boom shaka, a whole new world opens up, apparently, from what I've heard. So if you're not sure how to look into the lens, actually, it's all just practice. And practice can look like just hitting record on your phone or your camera and just having a bit of a chat. And even just imagine that you are leaving a voicemail for your soulmate and just chat away, giving them a little bit of an update. You've got variety in your voice, you're a little bit animated, you're chill and you're relaxed. That's always good, right? Your personality can really come through when you're chill and relaxed. Which brings us to the biggest reason that stops people from making a YouTube channel and filming their first video. And this is the 5th reason that will stop you from building your first 1,000 subscribers. And that is looking scared on camera. First up, here's a tip from Dr. Andrew Huberman, and this is something that you can just keep up your sleeve and you never know when you're going to need it. You can actually use this breathing technique that works, and it just really calms your whole sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system down. You are sniffing twice and then you are letting yourself breathe out like this. So basically, how you're going, crying, you're upset, and then at some point, it's like your body realizes that you don't have enough oxygen. You need to get some on board fast. That's a real survival technique. That is your body helping you. Look, I get it. Making videos is an undertaking, not undertaker. No one is dying from public speaking here. We're just making videos. It's just another piece of content. We're not dying from this endeavor, but it might just feel like that sometimes. So I'm here to try and help you make it better, okay, for yourself. But it's a lot. Making videos is a lot until you get used to it. But when you look scared, we're uneasy. Do we go to YouTube to be scared? No, we don't. We can get that from our jobs every day. Out there, that's what we can get scariness from. I don't know about you, but I don't watch YouTube to get my adrenaline up. And I'm really not looking for a dopamine withdrawal when I come to YouTube. I'm actually on YouTube for the positive vibes. Hands up if you're here for the positive vibes on YouTube. I know the camera lacks warmth and you actually lose 10 pounds at least of charisma just by turning your camera on. That's a problem, but then we practice. We just practice like we're talking to a soulmate. I've looked scared on camera too, and I'm not sure if I'm coming across looking scared at all. I don't expect that I'll be looking scared, but I'm not sure if I'll be coming across like that or not. But I've made videos where I've looked a little bit scared. We're just pretty good at reading people's faces, aren't we? I totally understand. I'm pretty sure that I've had that face on like when I was a kid at primary school and someone would come in with a little notebook for the dental nurse and here's the next person going to the dental nurse and my name is read out. And yeah, I'm sure I've had that like stunned mullet like look on my face when I've made videos. I'm actually working on a video about camera confidence at the moment, and I am hoping to bring some things to the conversation that I don't see being talked about very much. Keep an eye out for that video. Oh man, this next one is painful. Number 6 is apologizing for not posting. It's okay that you've been away. Life is full of life, but you're back. We like your thumbnail, we click on your video, and if you're going to talk a lot about why you've been away, then that's a problem. If you have a really long-term parasocial relationship with your viewers, then absolutely people are going to be concerned about why you've been away. So maybe just consider making it fairly quick. And if you make it quick, that is, to me, you are really respecting your viewers' time and you're honouring the promise about what your video is about. Unless your video is all about why you've been away, then go for it. Make a 20-minute video about why you've been away, because I've seen that super famous YouTubers, a lot of their private information can be endlessly fascinating for people. Of course, I'm thinking of the Emma Chamberlain example. You know, Emma could paint a wall, then she could hit record on her camera and just have it pointed at the wall, and people will watch that because they're fascinated with the way Emma Chamberlain's paint dries on her walls. If folk like me and you are going on and on and on about, oh, and then this happened and that happened and blah, 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 and we're really just about to get into the video, but just then here's the last little bit, you know, we may not have a committed enough relationship with our viewers that YouTube is a little bit like a Squid Game, and if you just waste a lot of time at the start of your video, you know, we've got that stuff going on too. We're not looking to have that kind of rehashed on YouTube, unless you're super famous. But also, I know for me, when someone is talking a lot about why they've been away, it's kind of like, you know, that TV soap show, Days of Our Lives, and they were like sand through the hourglass. So for me, when someone's going da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I'm just going, oh, yep, cool, oh gosh, hope you're okay, great that you're okay now, and oh, that doesn't sound good, oh my God, your car, taking public transport, everything, yeah, I know, just, yeah, life's kicking you in the guts like that. So, but for me, I do just get, like, when that sand is coming down, that hourglass, it actually runs out. And it acts like a pattern interrupt in my mind. And then suddenly, before I know it, I'm back in my living room and I'm just thinking to myself, do we need toilet paper? Don't make your viewer prefer to be out buying toilet paper. Maybe just a little polite, duh, guys, dip, dip, dip. Just keep it light. Then just get on with your video maybe. Don't give people a reason to be wishing that they were buying toilet paper rather than watching your video. And I do consider that a pro tip. I'm actually bringing you tips that you can't get anywhere else on the internet, I don't think. Alrighty, number 7. Finally, nothing scrapes my spine more than clicking on a long-term video and the person is filming it in their car. Dude. Just dude. Why are you filming in your car? The only people that should be filming in their car, in my opinion, are car channels. Top Gear. The Uneducated Economist. If your gig is filming in the car, you do you, boo, because your audience undoubtedly love that about you. The whole thing makes sense. They're into it. But I've seen everything from, and we're talking long form videos here, perfume recommendations. Come with me while I go into Walmart. We walk around Walmart. We do the noisy Walmart video. Honestly, I can't even deal with that tight sound of being in a car. And it just sounds like you're talking from inside a duck's bottom or something like that. It's just, yeah. You listen for that. If you haven't noticed it, I want you to listen to that and you come back and tell me I'm wrong. Guys, unless we've hit on hard times, it doesn't really make sense to me that you're filming in your car. I'm just not inspired. I find it distracting. It's usually a really fancy car, so it's not your beat up shopping cart car. Are they leather seats or are they fabric seats? Is that a child's car seat I can see in the back there? Is that like a Range Rover? That person's been a TV presenter. There's other things going on that are just not delivering good audio for me, okay? You could deliver the same talk in your closet and I would be more engaged. Just because the words can breathe, like when the words come out, they've just got somewhere to go and land and just like be in the air, rather than just kind of like bouncing out onto the window and just bouncing straight back at you and just, I don't know. A lot of people are doing it though, and I've seen quite a few people doing it saying, see, you can even film in your car if you don't have anywhere to film. And that's true. That's true. The car is an option. Is it congruent with the message that you're trying to put across? Do you have a pic? Oh my gosh, I think actually these people even have pictures of themselves in their car as the thumbnail. But am I being too harsh? I get Instagram Reels and TikTok videos and YouTube Shorts. But apart from that, I'm just not sure. Just because a lot of people are doing it, let's not get high on our own supply. And I want you to think if the vehicle is the right vehicle for this particular video. So we made it. What is your favorite tip? What have I missed out?